Takis, do you love me? Are you spicy? Say you'll always be right beside me. 'Cause I'm hungry and I need you. And I'm down for you always.
I like it. The one thing I would suggest is...
Hey guys, is that a new song for your band?
Yeah, it's called In My Snacking.
What band? We're not in a band.
Come on, dude, give it up. I hear you guys all the time.
Yeah, I think it's time we announced ourselves to the world, Gene.
Fine.
Well, yeah, what's your band called?
We are Plush Rush.
Oh, Plush Rush, I like it. Is that because like from Toy Story 4?
Absolutely not. We are paying tribute to those masters of prog rock from the Great White North, Rush.
Oh.
I still don't know what he's talking about, but I like names that rhyme.
Fair enough. And that makes sense. Rush is a great band.
Oh, you like Rush? Name 3 of their songs.
Closer to the Heart, Fly By Night,
Yeah.
and Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, great. They're 3 most popular songs.
Dude, this is why nobody likes prog rock fans, okay? I never said I was an expert, all right? I'm just trying to
Yeah.
express an interest, and you're, like, shooting me down for it.
Yeah, don't be a prog rock snob, Gene.
It's true, I can be pretty insufferable.
Your self-awareness is appreciated, though.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You guys ready to do some math?
Yeah, what are we working on today?
We are going to be learning about division,
Oh,
okay?
nice.
And with single-digit divisors, okay? We'll get to double-digit divisors next week. But,
Okay.
yes, division and the standard
All right.
algorithm, which is like how we do things, the little division house and everything. Maybe you've seen that
yeah.
before. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you'll learn about it today.
Division, do you love me? Are you in a little house?
Nice.
I don't know if that works.
Magic.
Let's go to the whiteboard.
We're gonna
No.
need to auto-tune that.
Yeah.
After
let's do
this.
let's do some
No
math
way,
on the
dude.
animator.
Wait, you don't like auto-tune?
We keeps it real.
Oh, yeah, no. This singing voice is my own.
Okay, well, we can discuss this in post.
Okay. To the computer.
To the computer.
Yeah.
Divide a problem like this, 648 divided by 4. We need to set ourselves up to do long division, and hopefully you remember seeing this set up in fourth. First we make one of these, and it kind of looks like a house. And the dividend goes inside the house, and the divisor goes outside. Now, I want you to understand that normally here, I do as much as I can to help you truly understand the application of the math that goes into it. Long division, however, is super complicated, and you're going to need to know how to solve these problems for various tests you might take. So I'm going to help you get through that in a way that is as not complicated as possible. So for right now, we're just going to focus on the steps to get through this problem. That is known as the standard algorithm. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm okay with it.
I feel like super pumped, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through this. We're gonna do it step by step.
Yeah.
And right now, we're not going to focus on the theoretical application of division. We are simply going to focus on how to get from point A to point B. So let's do that.
Let's get some answers.
Well, speaking of that, you had talked about a quotient too. Where does the quotient go?
On the roof.
That's right, it goes on the
Oh.
roof of the house. Let's
Oh.
see how we get that quotient. The first thing we need to do is to take our divisor and see how many times it'll fit into the first digit of our dividend. Sometimes it doesn't even fit once, and if that's the case, we look at our first 2 digits. But here, it will fit, so we're going to start with the 6. How many 4s can fit into the 6?
1.
Right, we put our 1 on our roof over the hundreds place because it represents 100 4s, and then we put 1 times 4 under our 6, so we can subtract 4 hundreds from 6 and see what we have left. And it's 2, okay? Now we
Okay.
bring down our tens place from the dividend and we have 24. How many 4s can fit into 24?
I know that multiplication problem. 4 times 6 is 24. So there are 6 4s in that 24.
That is absolutely correct. So our 6 goes on the roof, and 6 times 4 goes under the 24, and we subtract and we get...
0!
Indeed we do. Okay, all that band practice is really paying off.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, we're going to move on. All right, we bring down our last digit, which is 8, okay? And how many 4s make up that 8?
Oh, well, 4 times 2 is 8. There are 2 4s in 8.
Yes, sir. We put our 2 in our quotient, put our 4 times 2 down here to subtract. We get 0,
Ooh.
which means we have no remainder, and
Oh.
we're done.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. I know you said you weren't going to say what it means, but like 648 divided by 4 equals 162. Is that what it is?
Yes.
I'm trying to make sense of that house.
It means that if we put 648 into even groups, which is what we do when we divide. If it was 4 even groups, we would have 162 in each group. Like, let's say you were taking a bunch of kids on a field trip, and you had 4 gigantic buses, and you needed to fit 648 students onto those buses. You would put 162 kids on each bus. Again, it's like a limo bus.
Oh, yeah, it is. And it's a good thing there's no remainders, because I don't know if I want to take a half a kid anywhere.
Yeah,
That'd be weird.
when it comes to people and remainders, things can get tricky, but we're not going to focus on that now.
Are we going to the whiteboard?
We're going to the whiteboard.
All right, let's go to the whiteboard.
All right. So for this problem, we actually are going to have a remainder, okay?
Oh.
And we're going to follow the same steps that we did in the animation. We're going to first find out if 9 goes into our first digit of our dividend. Can you fit a 9 into a 5 by dividing?
No.
I'm going to say no.
No, because if the first digit is smaller than the divisor, then you need to look at the next 2 digits together. Now, you can definitely fit a 9 into a 56. So the way we think about this is, how close can we get on our times tables without going over, okay? So if you think about counting by 9s, right, 9 times 5, 45, 9 times 6, 54, 9 times 7, 63. Oh, that's too high.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back down to 9 times 6, which was what?
54.
54. So we put our 6 up here, okay? And then we have to multiply 9 by 6 and put that down here. So that's what we're going to be taking away to see what we still have left to divide.
Oh, so you get close as you can.
You get as close as you can without going over. It's like the Price is Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So now we subtract. Well, 6 minus 4 is 2. 5 minus 5 is 0. So we don't want that. You can put them there. They can hang out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing we do is we bring down our next number, which is 8.
Oh.
Now, we will see how many 9s fit into 28. So again, you're counting by 9s, and once you go over, you have to go back and then say what was the one before it without going over. You want to take a stab at this?
Well, 9 times 3 is 21.
Is it?
No.
I don't think it is.
It isn't. It's 27.
It's 27. So you think that one's going to be real close to 28?
Well, yeah, but then 9 times 4 is 36.
Yeah, it's too much.
We went over. Okay. Oh, it's 9 times 3.
Okay, so we'll put our 3 up here.
Man, 9s get me all confused.
It could be tricky. Okay, but there is, you could always do I was going to say you could do the finger trick, but that's not really good.
Yeah, I don't have enough fingers.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
That's more for human children.
Yeah.
But okay, so now we subtract again. 8 minus 7 is 1. There's nothing there. And we bring down our 2 to make it 12. And we say, how many 9s fit into 12? Well, we know that 2 9s is 18, so that's going to be too much. Okay, so what about 1 9? Is that going to work?
Yeah, let's do 1.
Yeah, dude. I think that's the best we could do.
Okay, so our answer is going to be 631, but it's not going to divide evenly, which means we're going to have a remainder.
Oh, so there's nothing else to bring down.
Right, there is nothing else to bring down. When we get into dividing with decimals, we'll work on what we do there, but we're not there yet. Okay, so you can write it as R3, okay, but what I like to do with remainders in 5th grade, if we're not going to be turning them into decimals, is to write them as fractions.
Oh.
Now, this is just going to be a quick little mini explanation. So your remainder is still 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but that 3 left over is still being divided by your divisor, which in this case is what?
9.
9. So you could say 631 and 3/9 left over.
Whoa.
And make it a mixed number. You can do that while you're dividing. You can still write it as R3 too. That's okay.
Should we reduce that fraction, or is it cool to leave it?
What do you mean by reduce, Gene?
Yeah.
Well, that's more division. It's kind of like extra division to make your fractions simpler.
That's true. So what Gene means is we would be able to divide both parts of the fraction by the same number. So we would divide it by 3 over 3, because 3 goes into 3 and 3 goes into 9. Remember, you can divide a number by itself. A lot of kids think that you can't, but you totally can, because it's 1.
Yeah, you just get 1, dude. It's pretty easy.
And if you might be thinking, well, why is dividing it by 3 the same thing? It's because we divided them both by 3, which is really the same thing as dividing them by 1. 3 over 3 is 1 whole. It's just another different way to say that.
So you kind of like just divided it by 1, which gives you the same thing. But instead of 1, you called it 3 over 3. And then you got 1/3.
Exactly. Okay? It's like dividing by 1 is a way of changing a fraction's clothes without changing who the fraction is.
Whoa.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay?
Like Mr. Rogers. He changes his sweater, but he's always nice.
That's right.
Nice pull.
He's always been a great dude. We miss him.
Yeah. Man, I made a mistake in there. I feel bad. But Sometimes with division, I get so confused. There's so many steps, Mr.
Do you mean the
Manella.
3 times 9 thing?
Yeah, but it's just because like my brain is thinking about all the stuff, and if I make a mistake there, then it's gonna keep going, and everything is wrong.
9s are hard, dude.
Yeah, I get a little confused with division. I think we need to practice this a lot.
We will. I promise we will. Okay, we're not going to do any more right this second.
Yeah.
We are definitely going to practice more.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You guys ready for a recap?
Totes.
Yeah.
Let's do a recap.
Okay.
Woo!
All right.
So, to recap, when you divide, you're figuring
Yeah.
out how many times your divisor fits into your dividend. And sometimes it's going to fit in an exact number of times, and that means you won't have a remainder. And sometimes it's not going to be an exact number of times, and you're going to have stuff left over, and that means you will have a remainder, okay? Another way of thinking of it is if you were to divide your dividend into equal groups, and the number of groups was your divisor, you'd be figuring out how many pieces of the dividend went into each group, like we did with the kids in the school bus before. It was like, oh, we got to put this many kids in each bus. We got 4 buses, so we're dividing by 4, and we're going to see what that is. So that's how division works, okay? It's splitting things up into equal groups.
Okay.
Okay, you guys good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Division is a lot, but hey, at least we're done with it, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, we're done for today.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But that'll have to do, Stu. Stu, do you want to go write some more songs?
Heck yeah! What food should we write about next?
Are all your songs about food?
So far, yeah, but we are planning on branching out soon.
Wait a minute. How many songs have you two written about food so far?
31.
31? I don't know if I should be worried or impressed.
Both would be appropriate.
No, totally impressed.
Well, all right. I'll let Plush Rush get back to making their magic. Okay? This concludes our video lesson. See you next time.